I just finished a leisurely lunch and we're right at the top of the tide at the moment, so the tide's about to turn and start running out of the river. I'll give it another half hour or so and we'll jump on it and head back down to the mouth, find somewhere to anchor up for the night, and tomorrow we're bound for Scarborough. They're forecasting about 14 knots, gusting to 14 tomorrow from the southeast, so that'll be fine for us going across the bay, and it should be a pretty pleasant trip. Just about had enough of the big smoke now. Looking forward to getting a bit further north into some of the smaller areas and some of the better cruising grounds further north. That city looks pretty smoggy to me. I'm just looking for a spot to anchor, and I've never anchored here before, so how do we find out if this is going to be a viable spot? Well, first thing I'm looking for is a sandy beach, because I need to get the dog ashore, and then the depth, of course. So I'll take you inside and just show you on the plotter. Okay, so there's the depth here. We've got 3.3 metres. We're going to lose, I've worked it out, we're going to lose 1.15 metres by the time it gets to low tide, so there's plenty of depth for us here. There's a good sandy beach. It's a little bit out of the wind. We'll get the pick down and spend the night here. Puts us pretty close to the exit of the river, so we should be good for tomorrow morning. Okay, you always want to be a bit flexible when you're cruising. We anchored up this afternoon. It was a pretty good spot. I took Pip ashore. We got back to the boat and the wind got up from the southwest, so it was really putting us on a lee shore. It was blowing us towards the beach, and the wind seems to be getting up a little bit. I don't think it's going to get really strong. Anyway, I was just a bit worried about it, so before the sun went down, what I've done, this is where we were anchored here. I've just moved across the shipping channel and I've anchored over here, and the wind's coming from this direction, so that was blowing us onto the beach. Now I'm come over here and I've got a bit of protection from this headland here, so we're anchored right there. I'll be happier about that tonight, so we're not on a lee shore anymore, we're hanging off, which is what you want to be doing. So always be prepared to change, and that wind shift has been forecast for about a week, so I should have taken notice of it, but you sort of think, oh, it doesn't look like it's going to get up today, and sure enough, just about right when they predicted it, it came up from the southwest. Anyway, we're tucked up here on the other side of the river, and we'll get an early start in the morning and head across to Scarborough. Good stuff. We had a pleasant night out of the wind, but it was pretty hard getting Pip ashore the next morning. there's grass at the top. Puppy, let's get down without breaking a leg, eh? Come on, pup. Come on, pup. Good. You're right there, hound. There, and you get quick. Hop in. Hop in. Good girl, good girl. Well, it's the first time I've popped the head cell out for a while. It doesn't look too bad. It's been rolled up all that time, but yeah, we picked up about half a knot in this pretty light southwesterly. Bit cool. Anyway, we've got a couple of hours and we'll be over at Scarborough, tied up in the Marina for a few days, so that'll be nice. But anyway, it's good to sort of be under sail again.
You see how they're living? I just said to myself, oh, one of them was going to get any better.
No, that's right. You don't want to.
You don't, they really don't.
We're at Scarborough Marina. This is where our seminar cruise began, and what a great marina. Fantastic facilities here. It's an older marina but very well maintained. The facilities are top class. The staff are helpful. There's a hard stand here that's all concrete. There's a dry stack here for smaller boats. So you can put your boat on a dry stack, have it launched and ready for you to go out and enjoy Moreton Bay. So if you're heading north or south, it's worth stopping into Scarborough Marina, about 1 hour's drive from Brisbane. Stay for a night, a week, or even months. It's a really great spot to stop over. Well, one of the great things about Scarborough Marina is the ablutions or toilets. They're modern and very well maintained. They're the cleanest toilets I think I've ever been in any marina. So well done to the cleaners and well done to the marina for keeping this facility looking so great. Very well designed too. The showers are spacious, plenty of room to put your stuff. So yeah, it's a nice little facility as far as the toilets go. Pretty important these days, I think. Last night at Scarborough, I finished the seminars and we've waited till today. I washed the boat yesterday, got a few things done, and I've done a bit of editing today while I've been in the marina. I was going to leave tonight. I'm going to head over to the Caboolture River. I haven't been in there for 30 years. I worked on a boat there for about 6 months. It's probably changed a bit. There's a marina up there called Montys and we're going to go up and take a look at it. But anyway, the seminars were a big success. We had probably about 30 people do the seminars here. They all seemed to enjoy it, gave us good raps on Facebook, so that was good. And I don't have to be in Mooloolaba for another week and a half, so we'll go and poke up the Caboolture River. I'll do some filming up there, and then we're going to go to Bongaree, and looks like the weather's going to be good to be there for the next week, so we'll hang in off Bongaree for a while and then get up to Mooloolaba next weekend, I'd say. Anyway, just cooking a bit of tea now. I was going to go out, but I thought, too easy, so I'm going to cook some snags and a few veggies. All good. Okay, really early start this morning. The sun's just coming up now and we're heading only 3 nautical miles across to the entrance of the Caboolture River. So it'll be high tide when we get there. It's a pretty shallow entrance, so we need a bit of tide. But when we get up the river a bit, it deepens up. Well, there was a bit of a bar there. We got down to 1.7 coming in the entrance, but it's back up to 3 metres now. And this is a lower tide than this afternoon's tide. I think this afternoon's tide is probably 0.6 better than the tide this morning. So watch your draft if you're coming in here. Going to be a lovely day. You've got to love the shallow draft of a catamaran. A lot of the trip up here we've been in about 1.2 metres of water, so it's not a high tide, It was quite a low high tide actually, but yeah, we're sniffing the bottom a bit, but with our 0.8 metres of draft, you can get into places like this, and it does open up a lot of cruising grounds that you couldn't get into if you carried a couple of metres. Certainly cold this morning though. Well, it's been 30 years since I've been in this yard, and I worked on a boat for about 6 months right here. I'm sure this steel boat behind me was just being prepared to be plated 30 years ago, and here it is still being worked on. I'd say it's probably had a couple of owners, but will it ever be finished? I used to call it the yard of broken dreams. Montys Marina.